Today's topic on Reselling 101 with My Fair Lady is how to list an item on eBay. Now, if you watched my previous video, I showed you how to take photos for eBay. Today, we're going to list that item. So you're going to want to open your Photos app first and click on that first picture of the item you want to list. So in the last video, it was this Coldwater Creek denim jacket. Then I'm going to open up my eBay app, keeping photos open. It's super important to have both of those open at the same time, and you'll see why in just a second. Go to eBay. You're going to click in the bottom right where it says Seller. Click there, and then you're going to click List an Item. So assuming you've already set up your seller profile, you would have had to have, of course, done that first. Then I'm going to go up to the search at the very top, and I'm going to put in what the item is. And I usually start with the brand. So in this case, this is, again, a Coldwater Creek denim jacket. It is a size 8. Remember, I've got those photos open to refer back to if I need to. So that's exactly what I'm going to put as my title. Coldwater Creek denim jacket. You don't have to put the word size. You can just put the number or the letter if it's a small, medium, large. So in this case, I'm going to put 8. And then I'm going to include a few things about the jacket itself. It is a medium wash denim. It does have pockets. It is a classic cut. So I'm going to include those keywords in my listing. Then it's going to show you some options. eBay is going to say, hey, if any of these is your exact match, you could click on those, and then all of the other item specifics would be pre-filled in for you. As I'm scrolling, I don't really see a jacket that is just like the one I have. So I'm going to go to the very bottom and just click Continue Without Match. That just means I'm going to put those things in myself. This item is definitely pre-owned. Now, it's not in terrible shape, but it also is not like new. So I'm not going to call it excellent. I'm actually going to say this is pre-owned in good condition. That just means you can tell the item has been worn. Absolutely no call outs on it, but I am just going to consider this one a good condition pre-owned jacket. And then click Continue at the very bottom. Now, this is going to take you to the listing summary page. Up at the very top, the first thing I do is I'm going to click Add Photos. And then I'm going to click Upload Photos. Now, remember, I've already taken my pictures. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to choose those photos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can include the one on the scale if you want. You don't have to. Again, that's just so that you know what weight to put in just a minute. So those photos are going to upload at the very top, right there in your listing. I'm going to scroll down. My category is already in there. So now I'm going to click Item Specifics. Now, these item specifics are required. This is a regular size. It's not a petite or a plus. It is a size 8. It is a jacket. The outer shell material, again, if you have forgotten, remember I include that in my photos, so scroll back to your photo. It's cotton and spandex. You could put both of those things in. I'm just going to put cotton blend. It's 98 cotton, 2 spandex. Then I'm going to click on Basic Jacket. As the style, the department, and the color are already there. Now, this is where you get into your optional item specifics. You can fill all of these in. You don't have to. I just think it helps to fill in as many as you can because, again, that's answering questions that perhaps your buyer might ask. For example, if it has a lining, in this case it doesn't, jacket length is there. I can go ahead and fill that in. The pattern, it doesn't have a pattern. It's just a solid denim jacket. So I'm going to click solid. So again, as many of those optionals that you can include, the better. Then you're going to scroll down to where it says description. Again, click the pencil icon at the right. Now, this is where you don't have to go too in depth. Remember, you just told them the brand, the size, the fabric content. Don't go into, you don't have to write a paragraph, okay? And please, please don't use the AI description. That is just a lot of fluff. Nobody wants to read that. All I do here is I repeat the size. Again, it's in the listing. I'm just going to repeat it. Size 8. And in my case, I always include the measurements in the photos. So I'm just going to say, see photos for measurements. God bless. That's it. You can keep it simple here. You don't have to say any more than that. And then I'm going to click done. Once I've done that, I'm going to scroll down to where it says pricing. Again, click the pencil icon. Now, eBay is going to help you out here. They're going to show you several listings of similar items that have just sold. So click those blue lines above that price they've given you, and then scroll through these options. Again, you are going to take the options that are closest to the jacket that you have to come up with the price you're going to list it. So as you can see here, 16, 24, 17.99, 11, 26, 12. This is giving you an idea of where to price your jacket. Now, I don't list as auctions anymore. I just list as buy it nows. And then I always click on, I'm going to let them offer. I will take offers. So I'm going to here put in $22.97, and then I'm going to say I'm not going to take an offer, let's say below 17. So that's going to be my minimum offer. Now the pricing is done. So now I'm going to move on to the next thing. Click done at the very top. This is actually going to take you to shipping next. So again, scroll down to shipping, click that pencil icon on the right. Click on package details. This is where you're going to need to know how much your item weighs. So that's what that picture on the scale is for. So when you go back to your pictures, scroll over to where you took a photo of the item on the scale, and you can see here it's 1 pound, 7.9 ounces. Now remember, I've got to put it in a poly bag. So I'm going to add a little bit of extra weight. So I'm going to put in 1 pound and 8 ounces for my total weight for this jacket. So go back to your package details, put in that amount of weight. I usually guesstimate at the package dimensions what that jacket is like folded up. And again, I just had it folded on the scale. So this is close. All right, click done at the very top. Now that's going to take me through anything I need to list. Everything else I've already chosen. I already have return policies listed. I already have payment policies listed. There's really nothing else I need to do. I don't promote my items. If you promote your items, great. That just means eBay is going to take a little bit higher of a percentage from your total that you get at the very end. So I'm just going to click list my item. And there it is. Your listing is live. Now, if you want, you can click view listing just to make sure everything looks correct. And as you see, there it is. It's now live on eBay. My photos are there. My price is there. It's listed as a buy it now or a best offer, meaning I'm going to take offers. I'm scrolling through my pictures, just to make sure everything looks good. And it does. And that's really it, you guys. That's from start to finish how to list an item on eBay.